Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a chair and a bench using Dollar Tree Tumbling Tower block games. Alright y'all, so what do I have here? I have a mess. Anyway, I have a box of these Tumbling Tower games from Dollar Tree. Actually, I have the box here and then I have another one over here that I've already opened. And first off, let's make a little bench, okay? A little bench. You're going to need nine of these, and we're going to start with the seat of the bench, okay? Now, this is some wood glue. This is Gorilla brand wood glue. It's my favorite brand of wood glue. And I have a paintbrush. We're going to be using the paintbrush to smear on the glue, okay? It just makes your life a little bit easier. And we're just going to paint it on like so. Try to make sure that we don't get too much on there so that it doesn't ooze out as we're pressing the blocks together. But basically all that we're going to be doing is gluing the 9 blocks together, and I'm going to lay them down and then press them together to try to get them flat, okay? Like using the top of my table here to make sure that they're flat. Try to make them as even as possible. I know that can be a little bit difficult. I thought that was a hair or something. It's like a scuff. But we're going to be gluing all of them side by side first, just like this, to make the seat. All right, so our 9 pieces are now laying over there. And now let's start on the back part of our bench. You're going to need 3 pieces, okay? So let's do 3 here. We're just going to paint on the glue, and then we're going to glue all 3 of these end to end like this, okay? So we were doing like the long sides together. Now we're just gluing the short sides together on these 3. Get that placed together. These gnats and flies, I swear to goodness, it's like 95 degrees here, right? And y'all know the story about me and the infamous cow pasture. But anyway, all right, so we have these 3 together. So now you're going to need 5, okay? 9 for the seat, 3 for this top part of our bench, and then we're going to need 5. So with these 5, we are once again going to be gluing the short ends, okay? We're going to take this and put one right there. And I'm trying to like just leave this laying there and then step back so that you can see what I'm doing. And then put the glue on here. And then lay that down on this side like that, okay? So you have the 3 here, and then 1 and 2. And then we're just going to put the remaining 3 in the center here. Now you see this line here where the end of this block ends right here? I'm just going to line that up with that line right there. And now we're going to do that with the other one here. Take the wood glue there. See, here's the line where this block ends. Here's that line. So we're just going to bring it right inside that line and then glue that there. And I've got 1 block left. And we're going to glue that right there in the center. Okay. Put that right there in the center of that block. And now I'm just going to let this sit here. I'm going to give it about 15 minutes. Okay. Let this sit here and let this glue kind of set up just a little bit. Now that the glue has set up, let's go ahead and glue the legs on to the bottom part of our bench. And for that, we're going to need 4 blocks. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna need 4. And so we're going to paint the glue. Okay, now we're going to take it long ways like this, not sideways like that, long ways like this, and just glue that down. That's going to be one of the legs. And then we're going to do that with the remaining 3. Okay. So this is our 9 blocks across this way. And then you see I have these 4 glued on for the legs. So let's very carefully flip this over because I know that glue has not set up yet, okay? So now let's make the armrests. And for that, we're going to have 2 blocks and paint the glue down one of the long sides. And then glue that down like that. And then we're going to do it for the other one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this back piece onto here. See, and we're going to be gluing it behind everything, not up top. We're going to be gluing it behind everything. So I think the easiest thing that we're going to do for this is let's set this off to the side, and then I'm going to take this glue and we're going to just paint it like right here so that we can lay the bottom part kind of like on top of it, and I think that will help to support it more. Okay, I'm just going to paint a little bit of glue her. Now I'm just going to paint some right across here, and let's get just a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. Try to be so careful. I'm just going to lay this down. Oop, this stupid fly. So that, you know, I can take something, kind of like prop this up and kind of like hold it. Okay. There's that. And as you can see, like these other little blocks kind of like sticking out through the bottom here. You can see that. Okay. So I'm going to let this sit here good 15-20 minutes. Let this glue set up just a little bit. Then I can pick it up and I can show it to you. Okay, so here is our basic bench. And you can leave it like this if you like. You can paint it. You can stain it. Whatever you want to do with it. And you don't have to build anything else to go on it. You can just leave it as is. But I want to show you how to build some little flower boxes to go on either side. That way you could paint this. You can decorate it for Christmas if you want to, for fall. And then you can just change out the flowers and the greenery, what have you, in the flower boxes I'm getting ready to show you how to make. So first, we're going to take our glue once again, and we're going to get five blocks, and we're going to stack them long ways like this. Okay. We're just stacking them like so. And do this for all 5 of them. Okay, so now we have our 5 blocks stacked together. So now you're going to get 4 more. And then you're going to glue them together like this. Just the 2. Okay, you see how I just glued 2 side by side? Okay. I'm going to do that with these 2 here. Boink. Just like that. So now here's our stack of 5. Then, whoa, Nelly. And here is our 2. Do you see this mess that I'm making? Okay. So now there's that. My phone cut off. Okay, and now we're going to do this with the other side. The long side like this. And glue that right there. Okay, now we're going to glue this to the side of our bench here. Here and here. And then just press them together like so. And then that makes a little flower box now on this side. And you can make another one too, which I'm probably going to. I'm going to make another little flower box. And I'm going to glue it to the other side here. All right, so we've made a bench. Now let's make a little chair. So what I've done here is I have 3 of these blocks, and I've glued them together to look like the letter H, okay? 2, and then the long one in the center. So now what we're going to do, we're going to make another piece by taking 2 of these, put the glue long ways, and then glue them together, okay? So now we have 2 blocks. 1, 2. Take another one. And now we're going to put the glue on the side here. And I'm trying to be so careful because as you can see, it's like moving when I pick it up. Because the glue ain't set up. What I like about this brand of wood glue, it doesn't take very long to set up where you can handle things. Like 20 minutes. So that's not too bad. But anyway, let's put just a little bit more right here. Okay. As you can see, I have these 2 glued together long ways, and then I glued 1 on each side. And now we're going to glue these 2 pieces together. Okay, so you just take your H, just slide that right there, and glue that right there. And we need to let this sit for a few minutes. Okay, now let's take a look. So here's 2 glued together long ways, and then 1 on each side. Ooh, I got stuff all over me. And then 2 on each side with 1 in the center. Okay, this is going to be the back. Now let's work on the seat here. 1 for each side. I think it'll take 3 in the middle. Yes, if my calculations are correct. All right, so now we're going to glue 3 together. Okay. Like that. Whoa. Okay. Okay, there's 3. And now we're going to take these and glue it down on each side. Whoa. Stupid, stupid gnat. I need some fly spray or something. Okay, 1 on that side, and then we're going to do the same thing on this other side. Whoa, Nelly. I didn't put very much on there, did I? No. All right, stop. Okay, and there's our seat. 1, 2, 3, glued together that way, and then put 1 on each side. Okay, now all this needs to set up. I think this should be set up enough to where I can glue it on the back, actually. Do we want to do that? Let's not do that yet. Just let that sit there. Okay. Now let's put on the legs. This should be sturdy enough for me to move around. So now we're going to take 4. Glue it down like that. Let me go ahead and get the glue on it. And then I can mess with them. Make sure they're even, or as even as we can possibly get them. Okay. All right, so now we need another one. There's 2, and there's 3. So now we're going to glue these together again to look like an H. I needed more than that, Amber. I know. I'm lacking. Now glue these together. See? Once again, we've glued these together to look like the letter H. Then put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue there. And then glue that right there. Okay. You let that sit. These flies and gnats are absolutely, and they seem to be worse this year, actually, than they did in previous years. Okay. Now let that sit. Okay. So now this is like the part with like the little cross beam here. That's going to face us. That's going to be the front, okay? So now we're going to glue on the back. Let's go put some glue here and right there. I stand that up on the back like that. Okay. Now we don't want to touch that. So if you have cats, dogs, and feral children running around, you need to keep them out of the room for at least 20 minutes for this glue to set up, okay? Now here's our little chair. How cute is that? So I'm going to hold it up here so you can see the back one more time. So I made the back piece. There's like an H and then 2 together. 1 on each side. Glue those together. For the seat, we got 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on each side. The front, like an H, and then the 2 in the back, okay? So now I'm going to take this outside and spray paint it along with the other one. Okay, so here they are. This is the little chair. How cute is that? And then here is our bench. And like I said, you can leave these off if you want to. But now all I'm going to do is just stick some artificial flowers in here, or I do have some greenery. I can use that. But yeah, however you want to do it, you can do it. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Woo! I sound like Ric Flair. Woo! If you would, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.